Today I want to talk about financial planning goals. You always hear about the financial planning process, and a lot of my generation, the Gen X, Gen Y, they don't even really think about financial planning because it's so far away. But I can't stress how important it is to start thinking about it today. And if you're in your 40s and your 50s and you haven't done it yet, it's not too late for you. You still have time to do it. But I think a lot of people just don't know how to get started or how to do it. And I would have you actually look at it in 3 different phases to kind of help you try to determine what your financial planning goals are. And it's a lot similar to planning any type of goals that you have in your life, whether that be career, family, personal, etc. The financial planning goals will be very similar. But I think the first thing you'll want to figure out, and this is where you really have to have the onward approach, the onward forecast approach, is what are your lifetime goals? What do you want to accomplish in your lifetime when it comes to financial planning? Do you want to retire early? Is that 50, 55, or 60? Do you want to be able to have a vacation home in Florida, California, or overseas? And just start asking yourself some of these questions. And I know that's tough because if you're young, how can you really think that far ahead? And even for me, it was tough to try to think, okay, what do I want to do 30 years from now? I have an idea, and just to kind of share some of those things for you, I do want to have a summer home in Florida or some coastal area. I know I'm 33 years of age, and I feel weird saying that now because I never thought I would be that Florida retired couple. But I tell you what, living in the Midwest and having some of the cold winters that we've had, I do envision and like the idea of having some warm weather in my year. So I know that will be one aspect of what I want to do in my retired life. But I think also too is, to me, I want to be able to have the flexibility to travel, to hang out with my kids or grandkids if they don't live close. I want to be able to be nimble to do that. And so those are some of my lifetime financial planning goals. I'm kind of fortunate in my career to where I may never retire. I love financial planning. I love helping people. And I believe that I will always be doing that the rest of my life. So I'm okay with that. But so for the most part, those are some of my lifetime financial planning goals. And whenever I was initially asked that question, it was really hard for me to sit down and put that down on paper. But it was helpful. It took me some time. But to be able to put that on paper and really see what I truly wanted to accomplish in my lifetime was very helpful. And then, so from the lifetime goal, and then now we start looking at it in a shorter increments to where do you want to be in the next 3 years? And this one should be easier. And when you start thinking about financial planning, and that could be, is that your career? Do you want to be in the same job? Are you planning on having an advancement in your career or business? Do you want to have a certain amount saved in your savings account? Maybe you're trying to get your emergency fund where you want to be, or you want to have so many dollars invested in your 401k. Or maybe it's to have maxed out your Roth IRAs over the next 3 years. Or maybe it's more the fact that maybe you've got some kids and you want to start saving for their kids' college. So try to put it down on paper what you plan on trying to accomplish in the next 3 years. And based on where you're at right now, this should be a lot easier for you. Maybe unless you've got a job that maybe there's a lot of uncertainty there, but if everything kind of holds true to where you're at right now, where do you envision where in the next 3 years you'll be? And that should kind of help you kind of put things in better perspective, better focus on what your plans could be. And then we break it down even more so to where you can look at it in the next year, or with the new coaching program that I'm a part of, they have you look at it in 90-day blocks. So in the next 90 days, what are some of the financial goals that you'd want to accomplish? And some examples with that could be starting to put money in a 401k or Roth IRA if you haven't been started yet. If you have already saved or started saving a 401k, let's say for example you're putting 10% away, maybe your goal over the next quarter is to increase that to 11% or 12%. Or if you're putting away $100 a month into your Roth IRA and you want to increase that to $150 a month, that could be your next quarterly goal. And then every 90 days you reevaluate to see how that has affected your financial life. You know, by increasing those percentages, did you see a drastic drop in your disposable income per month? Could you still pay the bills? Could you still eat out as much as you'd like to? Were you able to still go to the movies and have some fun like everyone should? And if the answer to all those questions is yes, then you know that everything worked out well, and that gives you the ability to reevaluate after that 90-day stretch and then potentially make some changes. So maybe it's increasing it more, or maybe it's setting up another account to save for a business opportunity. Anything, anything for that matter. But the kind of cool thing is that you've got this track record, this progress report of seeing how you're doing every 90 days and to evaluate if everything is going good. And there are many, many different ways that you can look at it. That was just one aspect I want to kind of show you, because I know for a lot of younger people it's hard to envision doing financial planning goals and having this long stretched out view of where you're going to be 30, 40 years from now. But if you start breaking it down into those chunks, it can help you to better assess where you're at today, to be able to make some changes today that will affect you and get you where you want to be 30 years from now. Hope that was helpful. If you got any more questions, you know where to find me, goodfinancialsense.com. That's where I'm at, and I'll have more videos like this and other blog posts to come. So thanks for stopping by.